Hello and welcome to the first Side Hustle series. In this video, we're going to be talking about my quick tips for how to get started making $1,000 or more per month with reselling. It is a viable side hustle that we have tested out thoroughly over this last year, and I'm so excited to share everything that we have discovered with you. In case you're not already subscribed to our channel, my name is Tiffany, and my husband Nick and I have been testing out different side hustles to help us reach our financial independence retire early goals, which is part of the FIRE movement. And we're sharing those with you on this channel. This is our side hustle series on reselling. There are several other videos in this series, so please make sure that you go to the reselling playlist and watch through them all, because I go step by step and I show you in depth everything that we've learned over the past year, what not to waste your time on, so that we save you time, money, and hopefully get you started in your first month, even possibly making $1,000 or more with reselling. So without further ado, let's get right to it. This is my quick start guide on how to make $1,000 a month or more with reselling. Each of these points that I'm gonna go through, and there's 10 of them, has an additional video where I go into more detail and depth, where I take you step by step on how to do it so that you know exactly what to do. I'll go over the mistakes that I made and the things that I don't want you to make, and what you can do to maximize your income potential. So make sure you watch the reselling playlist to get the rest of the videos. It's essentially like a reselling online course in our playlist, okay? So my quick tip number 6 is that there are best practices on each platform that are going to maximize your sales and save you time. So there are certain activities that you can do that will not just be you wasting your time, okay? Especially on Poshmark, you can spend a lot of time on Poshmark not making money. And I unfortunately did that for the first several months. My screen time would say that I had been on Poshmark for 8 or 9 hours a day. It was a little ridiculous. You don't need to do that, okay? But now I have figured out what you should be doing, and I have put all of the things that you should be doing on Poshmark and Mercari on a daily basis into a little downloadable PDF that you can get in the description, okay? I'll also go into more depth in that video in our reselling series, so make sure you check out the playlist. Number 7 is understanding your different inventory options. So obviously, with wanting to hit 200 listings at first, and then as you sell things, you want to make sure you are maintaining or exceeding that 200 limit. Whether you want to add 100 new items a month or 200 new items a month or more is totally up to you and up to your side hustle goals. So what are those inventory options? If you start with what you have at home to get your first 200 items, you're eventually going to run out of items. And you may find that, hey, you went through some of your stuff at home, but you weren't quite able to get to that 200. So what are your other options, especially if you don't have a lot of money or resources to buy inventory? So what I would suggest doing is finding things that you can get for a few dollars, okay? So that they're low risk. And where can you find those things? So you can actually find things at the dollar store. I've had success selling books that I've gotten from the dollar store. They also make, as a side note, they also make really great gifts, like gift with purchases, if you decide to do that. And so sometimes when I sell items that are a little more expensive, if I have any, I'll put in a gift with purchase. That was, a cute cookbook or something that I got at the dollar store. Your other option is going to thrift stores. And this is where watching videos from other resellers will become invaluable to you, because it just takes trial and error to really find what sells. And so you don't want to, especially when you're getting started, waste a bunch of money. So start with other reseller videos, and I've listed the ones I suggest in the description below, and get familiar with what's selling. As a quick rule, you'll notice on Poshmark that Poshmark has something called Posh Parties. And in these Posh Parties, there are specific brands that are being promoted. So what I have found is that making sure that I have some items from the brands that are promoted in the Posh parties does help bring traffic into my closet. And it's because those are the top brands that people are searching for on Poshmark. Okay, so if you're not sure where to go and you don't have time to watch a bunch of reseller videos, look at what brands are in the Posh parties and start there. The other thing that I would do to get, once you feel like you have a little bit of a grasp on what items you should be looking for in a thrift store, seek out dollar sales. I don't think it was luck, but like what actually made me take the plunge into reselling is I happened to be driving by a local thrift store and I thought, oh, I've never been in there. I just want to pop in and see what's going on. And as I was leaving, the lady gave me a flyer and let me know that the next week they were going to be having a dollar sale, a dollar sidewalk sale. And I was like, oh my gosh, this would be the perfect opportunity for me to test out if reselling is actually an option. Because till that point, I had kind of felt like it was a waste of time. I think I had listed like a few things from home on Mercari and was not making any sales at all. And I was like, this is such a waste of time to list all of this. So I ended up picking up several items from this sidewalk sale that I've already made my money back on, but there's a lot of it that hasn't sold. But it's really good to see what people are buying for very low risk. So that's a good thing to look for as well. And I feel like that's something that a lot of thrift stores do, especially seasonally as the seasons are changing. So be on the lookout for that. You can also go to garage sales and see if you can find anything that's a lot more time consuming. And then there's also retail arbitrage, which requires more investment up front. And you definitely want to do your research before you purchase anything retail arbitrage. And again, we'll go into more depth in the videos and my experience with that. I have tried that. I do feel like I've been successful with it to some degree. So that's definitely an option for inventory moving forward as you're looking for more items each month. The number 9 tip is going to be to learn how to list quickly on each platform. This is going to take a little bit of time at first, but you're going to get into a groove and then you're going to just fly through things from there on. And so in the listing video, I'm going to go into more detail on just quick little tips for Poshmark and Mercari, how to list quickly. And then number 10, we're going to talk about how to scale if you're wanting to scale and what to do with social media, right? So just quickly talking about social media, I would definitely suggest that if you're going to be starting reselling as a side hustle, I highly suggest that you start at least a YouTube channel and share your journey with people because you're going to learn things that other people who are in reselling maybe haven't come across yet. You know, that's one of the cool things about watching different resellers is you always learn something new because everyone has access to different items, everyone encounters different situations, and it really is a great way to learn. So I highly suggest that, you know, when you have spare time, that you do watch other resellers. And I suggest if you're going to start your side hustle reselling that you start a YouTube channel and share it with us. Remember, the goal is to get started and get your 200 listings up so you actually start making money. So I don't want you to get stressed out about needing to start all these social media channels. But I do want you to consider starting a YouTube channel. You can start a YouTube channel using your phone, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, we are really suffering through these videos. Neither of us are great on camera. We're usually behind the camera. And so, but we have this information and we want to share it with you, right? And over time, you get better at it, okay? Everyone's first videos are awful. But I do want to suggest that you start a YouTube channel for several reasons. One, it's going to help tie you to the community online, which can be very helpful when you encounter situations or you need some tips or like you're just going to learn so much by watching other resellers who have YouTube channels. Also, it could potentially become a second source of income, a side hustle in and of itself. And doing YouTube as a side hustle is something that we will talk about more in depth as well on our channel. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get new videos as they come out because we just have so much that we are getting lined up for you guys to share step by step to help cut out the learning curve as much as possible so that you can get started with these side hustles. And if you're like us and you're pursuing FIRE, you can get to where you are either creating that extra income that you need to reach those goals, or you're replacing your 9-to-5 job, or whatever it is that your goals are. So I'm really excited about this reselling series. I've had a really great time the last year learning about reselling. And make sure you leave any questions that you have in the comments below. There's so much to cover. Like, I'm sure I'm not even gonna be able to get all of it, but I wanna get you the most important information so you can get started right away. Okay, so be sure to leave your questions in the comments below. Thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video with me. Go ahead and make sure that you have subscribed and you've hit the notification bell, and we look forward to seeing how your journeys are. If you already have your own reselling channel, or you have a channel for your side hustle, go ahead and let us know in the description below, because we want to check it out. And we want everyone to just be really supportive of everyone's side hustle and financial independence, retire, FIRE early goals. And thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great day.